Welcome back to MJL 3764, collecting Elvis on vinyl. Today I thought we'd look at another soundtrack LP. In my last video I did give you a heads up, I gave you a line from the film to see if you could guess which film we were going to feature, and I believe the line I gave you was, did you say merely or nearly? Did you get the film? The film we were referring to was of course MGM's 1963. It happened at the World's Fair. Let's take a closer look at this soundtrack album. It happened at the World's Fair, 1963. Of course this is available on DVD. You can buy it separately. Oh, it's in this box set as well. Quite a good film, I thought. Features, if you look carefully, you'll see Red West in a fight scene, and you'll also see Joe Esposito as a carnival seller. As usual, Elvis got his buddies in the films. A soundtrack album. This is only a 10-tracker. And unfortunately it's the shortest record up until this point in running time length. This album only runs for 22 minutes and 10 tracks only. However, this would be beaten a couple of years later, or a year or so later, with this album. This features 11 tracks and only runs for 21 minutes. But the songs are all very well sung. Not the best of soundtrack albums. This is probably the first album where the quality was dipping a little bit. It did reach number 4 in the UK LP chart in 1963. Let's take a look at a few of the copies we have here. First one up is the UK Living Stereo 1963 original. Looks like this. Catalogue number. Nice picture on the front. Sells the LP pretty well. Of course it's in the lovely laminated both sides cover. And there's the 10 tracks, a couple of pictures from the movie. Favourites on this for me would be They Remind Me Too Much of You, One Broken Heart for Sale, Beyond the Bend, and Happy Ending. Probably be my favourites from this album. Beyond the Bend's good. Relax, sort of a poor man's fever. Take Me to the Fair, I think is okay. They Remind Me Too Much of You, excellent. One Broken Heart for Sale, which was a single, we'll look at that later. I'm Falling in Love Tonight, that's quite a nice ballad. And unfortunately you got 3 sort of movie songs all together. Cotton Candy Land, A World of Our Own, and How Would You Like to Be. And then you've got Happy Ending, which I quite like. That's the Living Stereo copy. Label looks like that. And the silver spot with Living Stereo. Next copy will be the mono copy. Again, laminated both sides. On the mono, and the label looks like that. And that's a very good copy. Here we have another mono, just a double. This one was a good copy, but the previous one I thought was a better copy, so I got another copy of it. That's a 1963 mono. It was issued again in 1965. This is a mono copy. See by the RD. And this was on the red dot. Not to be confused with the silver spot. And again, this is a very, very good copy. Sounds great, this one. That's that one. There we move on to 1980. It was issued again on the green RCA International label. Well, I actually missed this one when it came out in 1980. I didn't buy this album until 1983, which was this copy, which was on the new German black. But this is a 1981. And slightly different sleeve, the RCA International on the back. And on the nice green RCA International label. That copy, and this is the new German black copy. Obviously well played, this one. Got the barcode now on the back. Still nice glossy label. And the new German black. Here we have a French copy of World's Fair. This is on the orange. That cover. Label looks like that. And here we got a 1977 Canadian copy on the tan label. This is the only one out of all these albums to have a matte cover. Of course, the Canadians and the Americans usually did the thick cardboard. And you've got the RCA up top there. Turn over. Canadian copy. And it's got the inner sleeve and it's on the tan. Nice label. Now if you look carefully at some of these albums, you'll see with this Canadian copy, you'll see the handkerchief. Some of the latter copies, the English ones, you'll see that the handkerchief is almost gone. This is the 1980 international copy. This is the new German black. And there's the original with more of the handkerchief showing. Also, you've got the white border and the original album, and later on in the UK presses you've sort of lost the white border completely on the 1980 issue, and in New German Black you've just got a slight white border at the top but none around the record or on the bottom. So little slight differences in some of the sleeves. This is obviously on CD, and there was a single issued from this album and a B-side later on, so let's take a look at them. One Broken Heart for Sale, backed with They Remind Me Too Much of You. was issued in 1963, and this reached number 12 in the UK singles chart. And this was the first time a single had fallen out of the top 10 since 1958. So for the last 5 years Elvis had been scoring all top 10 hits with the singles. Unfortunately this one fell a little bit short, only reaching number 12. There's a variant now. I'll let you pause so you can have a look at that. That's a jukebox copy. The B-side, as we said, was Don't Remind Me Too Much of You. And there's a USA copy of the same single. Now, in 1966, this single was issued. Every Day Was Like Christmas. Great single, I thought. Another variant. And a jukebox copy. Now, unfortunately, they delved back a couple of years and put probably the worst song I thought on the LP, How Would You Like to Be, on the B-side. Why? I do not know. But this would have been my last choice, even as a B-side, because I thought this was a really good single. Really well sung. Still one of my favourite Elvis Christmas songs. It's reached number 9 in the UK singles chart in 1966. Of course, it happened at the World's Fair. It is available on CD as well, on the FTD. It's probably the best release to get. As usual, done very nicely. A nice booklet and some outtakes. There's the booklet. Of course, if you've got the money, it's available on this 60 CD box set. Very nice release, very nicely done. Great American labels, and you get your little picture inside as well. Excellent release. If you couldn't afford that box set, this box set I would highly recommend. The movie soundtracks. It's a little cheaper, 20 CD box set, and what I like about this box set is all of these CDs sound just like the way your LPs used to sound, unlike this one, where the sound to me leaves a lot to be desired on the double features. This one features all of 17 Elvis's movie soundtracks, plus they've made a couple up. They've got Jailhouse Rock here, they've made Love in Las Vegas, and they put 3 EPs on a CD to make a disc. Follow That Dream, Flaming Star, what was the other one? Kid Galahad. That's that one there. And there's the 3 that they've made to make it around 20. Very good release. On a last note, this single, One Broken Heart for Sale, only ran for 1 minute 34 seconds. And you thought All Shook Up was a short running time single. So why they didn't use the couple of extra lines which was in the film to beef up the soundtrack album and the single, I do not know. We had to wait until 1991 for that on the Collector's Gold, the movie version of this record. But all in all, quite an enjoyable soundtrack album despite its meagre running time. So until the next time, just remember, while there's music, life's no waste.